Hi, and welcome to Road to Nowhere. This is our first segment called Books with Hooks. Books with Hooks. We're going to be reading the beginnings of books. Sometimes it's the first page, the first paragraph, first few sentences, the first chapter. But basically, the hook that gets you into the book. We're going to read 4 hooks today. And we're going to start with a book called Cage of Souls, and it's by an author named Adrian Tchaikovsky. Do you have anything to add?
Nope.
Okay, let's do this. Chapter 1, A Game of Chess. Where to begin? Not with the rioting crowd hurling stones and screaming, blood on their fingernails, or the white desert and the things that deal death amongst the ruins, the caverns of underworld, the mad genius who was the subject of his own experiment in hiding from the sun. No. And not with the cells of the dock, shoulder to shoulder with all the scum they could scrape from the streets. Thieves, murderers, debtors, and me. Not yet. I might as well begin with a jaunt on the river. Sounds jolly enough, no? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, Aleida's going to read next. What are you going to read from?
Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. The prequel to the Da Vinci Code, which I just finished.
Excellent.
Okay. Cool. I have to speak Italian. I don't speak Italian. Okay, yeah. Physicist Leonardo Vetra spelled burning flesh, and he knew it was his own. He stared up in terror at the dark figure looming over him. What do you want? La chiave, the raspy voice replied, the password. But I don't. The intruder pressed down again, grinding the white-hot object deeper into Vetra's chest. There was a hiss of broiling flesh. Vetra cried out in agony. There is no password. He felt himself drifting towards unconsciousness. The figure glared. Ne avevo paura. I was afraid of that. Vetra fought to keep his senses, but the darkness was closing in. His only solace was in knowing his attacker would never obtain what he had come for. A moment later, however, the figure produced a blade and brought it to Vetra's face. The blade hovered, carefully, surgically. For the love of God, Vetra screamed, but it was too late.
Whoa. Dang. So Dan Brown, you'll hear some more from him in future episodes because he's really good at the hook. Okay, this one is from a book called Naked Came the Florida Man.
This is entering our comedy section.
This is our comedy section. Naked Came the Florida Man is written by Tim Dorsey. Prologue, 2017. Don't shoot guns into the hurricane. Elsewhere, this would go without saying, but Floridians need to be told. This was an actual warning issued by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office just north of Tampa Bay as a major storm approached. After all, a local man had just been arrested for DUI when he tried to order a taco in a Bank of America drive-thru. The alert was a reaction to people posting plans on the internet for a party to shoot at the hurricane and make it turn away. The sheriff's notice even included a scientific diagram showing how the vortex of the core could curve bullets' paths to come back and hit the shooter. Shooting at a hurricane, said Serge. That's the most brainless thing I've ever heard. Coleman looked out the rear window of their muscle car racing over the bridge. Why is everyone else driving the other way? Because they're evacuating. It's the smart move. Then shouldn't we be evacuating? Absolutely not, said Serge, turning on tactical silicone windshield wipers. They have to flee because they don't know what they're doing. We're professionals. How's that? Everyone else gets ready for storms according to the official instructions. Serge reached under his seat, which is fine if you want to survive. But if you're taking it to the next level, all that jazz will slow you down. Hurricanes are the marrow of Florida history, and my history always goes bone deep. That's why I prepare for storms with an encyclopedic set of state guidebooks, every conceivable new gadget, and bags of provisions exclusively from the candy and snack aisles. Think about it. Little kids are programmed to thrive, and that's the first place they go. That's how a pro has to think. I'm still not sure, Coleman flicked a bick. We're like the only car heading this direction. I've taken every conceivable precaution, said Serge, absent-mindedly waving a pistol out the window as Coleman did a bong hit. What can possibly go wrong? I like it because this could actually kind of be nonfiction.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, next. Aleida is going to read The Hook from The Martian. So she's not going to read the entire chapter.
Even though it's really funny.
Even though the whole thing is really funny. But just for time, we're going to just kind of read part of it.
Cool. Log entry, Soul 6. I'm pretty much... That's my considered opinion. 6 days into what should be the greatest 2 months of my life, and it's turned into a nightmare. I don't even know who will read this. I guess someone will find it eventually. Maybe 100 years from now. For the record, I didn't die on Soul 6. Currently, the rest of the crew thought I did, and I can't blame them. Maybe there will be a day of national mourning for me, and my Wikipedia page will say, Mark Watney is the only human being to have died on Mars. And it'll be right, probably, because I'll surely die here, not just on Soul 6 when everyone thinks I did. Let's see, where do I begin? The Ares program. Mankind reaching out to Mars to send their people to another planet for the very first time and expand the horizons of humanity, blah, blah, blah. The Ares 1 crew did their thing and came back heroes. They got the parades and the fame and the love of the world. Ares 2 did the same thing in a different location on Mars. They got a firm handshake and a hot cup of coffee when they got home. Ares 3. Well, that was my mission. Okay, not mine per se. Commander Lewis was in charge. I was just one of her crew. Actually, I was the very lowest ranked member of the crew. I would only be in command of the mission if I were the only remaining person. What do you know? I'm in command.
Well, you heard it here first. Aleida dropped an F-bomb. Actually, 2.
Oh, it felt so weird!
All in the name of art, right? Well, this has been our first episode of Books with Hooks. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. In future episodes, we will read more Dan Brown, and we'll find some other ones. Oh, if you have suggestions for a book with a really killer hook, drop us a line. We'll read it. All right, thanks for tuning in to Road to Nowhere. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, hi, and welcome to Road to Nowhere. Okay,
Hi.
let's try this again.
So many pages.
Ready, action. Hi, welcome to Road to Nowhere. Welcome to our first... What is this called?
Books with hooks.
No, but it's a segment. Segment. Let's try this again, okay? Cut! Segment.
Were we going to,
When he says, I'm in command.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Action. Hi, and welcome to Road to Nowhere. In this... This is bad. Okay. Hi. Wait. Action. Or no. Is it Hooked by Books? Books with Hooks. We don't even know what we're doing.